What's up YouTube? My name is Chad. This is the Wisco Boater channel and I'm leaving the house right now to go up to Sturgeon Bay, spend a couple nights on the boat. One full day tomorrow to get everything cleaned off or cleaned out of the boat, clean up the boat, get it ready for haul out because it's coming out of the water on Friday morning. And I'm also going to do an oil change. So we got two videos that'll come out, maybe three videos that'll come out of this little trip, but this one is the oil change video. So behind me I have two jugs of Quicksilver 2540 four-stroke marine engine oil, a oil filter, and an oil pump. This will actually, I'll show you how this works. It's actually a pretty cool little device with great reviews on Amazon. It's made by Jabsco. And it's an oil drain pump. So take that with me. I'll grab a bucket and a few other things to take up there to get the oil change done, and we'll do this whole video will focus on that. So let's get the car loaded and head Sturgeon Bay. Pretty much have everything else done that I needed to get done today, meaning getting the boat cleaned out and cleaned up. So it's now just before 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm going to do the oil change. So first thing I'm going to do is run the blower for just a few minutes, and then we'll get the engine started, let it warm up, and then I'll set the camera up and show you how to do the oil change using that manual Jabsco pump. All right, engine is running and warming up. And we'll let that warm up for, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes. We're looking for temperature gauge to come up here. Okay, let's check the temperature. Creeping up there north of 150 or whatever that mark is, somewhere here, yeah, north of 150 or so. I don't think it's going to get to 175 just sitting here at idle. So let's go ahead and shut it off, remove the key. All right, let's open this up again. Okay, now the oil dipstick is way down there, so the pump gets screwed onto that port. I'm going to set my 5-gallon bucket down over there, and I'll pump the oil into the bucket. Then we'll pull the filter off, and then the filler port is right there, so that's where we'll add the oil back in. I'll set the camera up on a tripod, and this shouldn't take but 10 minutes. Okay, I think it's going to be kind of hard to see exactly what I'm doing here, but I'll try to explain as best I can. Well, let me show the inside of this first. So it is threaded. It's got a little hole for the nipple to fit up inside, and I'm probably gonna have to move the bucket first, and I'll show this once I get this on here. Okay, got it hand tight, so there's what it looks like, threaded in place. This will aim right into the bucket, which I'm going to place over here in just a second, and pump the oil out. This is one of the biggest problems with this particular boat is the engine compartment is just tiny. It's hard to do anything. So let's see if I can get this. Oh, come on. It's just at the all right, here comes oil. Set it back here. Right there. Starting to spark a little bit. All right. So, all right, that's all there is to that. Now, get my rag at the end of this. Unscrew it. Okay. Rag down here. And we're done with the pump. Okay. I'll get our used oil out of here. So it's a 5-gallon bucket. That's all that it took. And put our dipstick back in place. Right, like that. Okay, now I'll turn the camera over this way. So now, take my oil filter wrench, some rags, put it underneath. Because in this genius Mercruiser design, the oil filter sits on top of the engine and it just leaks. It's going to leak oil all over everything. Get a good grip on this. Well, that's not good. Snapped right off the weld. Well, this is lovely. I don't think there's any way possible that I'm going to be able to... Yeah. Well, I can always change the filter later, I guess. I got to put oil back in it. All right, well, in the meantime, well, I'll have to put off changing the filter till whenever. Maybe I'll be able to do it tomorrow if I can borrow somebody's tool, but In the meantime, I do need to go ahead and put oil back in the engine. So we got our big funnel in place there. I've got 2 gallons of Quicksilver 4-stroke 20W40, and the engine holds 4.5 quarts. Now there are 4 quarts to a gallon. This is 1 US gallon. So just pour this whole one in, and then I'll pour just half a quart out of the next one. All right, I ended up taking the screen out of the bottom of the filter. It was taking forever to drain out of there. So got the new oil in place. Put the cap back on. So I poured in 1 full gallon, and then you can see there's the mark there. This was full with 4 quarts, and there's the 3-quart mark. So I brought it down about half the distance between 2 and 3. So should have about 4.5 quarts in it, and we're good to go. Other than getting the filter here switched out, I'll either see if I can find somebody in the marina here who has a oil filter wrench, or I may just go to the store and see if I can buy a new one tonight and change the filter out in the morning. So not a big deal. I'm not gonna run the engine anymore tonight. So that's the one thing left to do. So grief, the sun is really bright. Okay, I'm back at it. I've got a nice new set of oil filter pliers. Now I just have to figure out where I can be in order to grip this correctly and turn it. Oh, there's still plastic on that. All right. Okay. Now, let's try this again. Jesus, I can't get any leverage. Well, I'm actually denting the oil filter now. All right, this is almost unbelievable that I had to go to this length. I'm out of breath to get this freaking oil filter off. I broke one screwdriver trying to get it off, so then I went to a bigger one and finally got it to turn. I mean, the amount of leverage needed to get this thing started, seriously, incredible. And these things don't need to be this tight. I would say that it was pressure, but I punched holes in it and released the pressure, and oh God, just unbelievable. Now it's gonna puke out a little bit of oil, get all over the rags. So I'll get this thing off, get it cleaned up, and put the new one on correctly. My goodness. Okay, old filter's off. Here's the new filter. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of oil off of the old filter. Yeah, it's used oil, but it will work. We just lubricate the ring up a little bit. Okay, got the O-ring lubricated, and now we spin it on and literally hand tighten it. Right about there. Okay, that's all you need to do. It doesn't have to be gorilla tight. Oh my God, that was unbelievable. I thought this was gonna go take about 10 minutes, which it should if everything is put on correctly in the first place. Now, I broke the one set of oil filter wrenches. Then I went and bought this thing. These are about 20 bucks. It was actually on sale for 18. So good thing I got it on sale. But this is a good one to have because it adjusts to any filter size. So I can use that anywhere. And the next person that goes to change the oil in this boat will have a much easier time than I had this time. Whether it's me next year if I still own this boat, or hopefully, fingers crossed, we sell this boat over the winter and I get something that's hopefully easier to work on, like something with Crusader engines. Mercruisers, you know, it's just an engine. It's just another engine to learn and know, but there's so much stuff packed into these things, electronics. I'm not a real big fan of that because they're harder to work on. And I really, really want a boat that has a bigger engine compartment, because this thing is just shoehorned in here. Everything is difficult to get to. Oh, I did have Skipper Buds, Ryan from Skipper Buds, come over this morning and do the fuel water separator filter. We can, there, it's down there. So he did that this morning. It's right down there. And I just feel bad for the guys that have to work on this thing when it's not me, because it's tight. Everything is tight. And I'm really, really kind of done with it. That being said, if you want to buy this boat, it's a great boat. You should buy it. Everything works great. It's just kind of a pain in the butt to work on. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode of the Wisco Boater channel. Changing the oil on the 350 Mag MPI. Didn't quite go as planned, but I got it done. So, hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell if you want to be notified when I post new videos like this one. Send me some comments, hit the like button, and we'll catch you next time on the Wisco Boater channel. Happy boating, everybody.